Guys, there is a big problem. A young lady doing her NYSC in Ondo State reached out to me to share one of the worst experiences she suffered in the hands of the Nigerian police. And the worst part about this situation is, it could have been any one of us. If you're in Nigeria and you use a Nigerian SIM card, this story is important to you. So the young lady who goes by the name of Danica on TikTok, but her real name is Mariam Titilayo Ibrahim. She is said to be living in Ilorin, but during her NYSC she was posted to Cross River State. However, due to some health situations, she was redeployed looking for. Somewhere along the line, they finally told her that the reason why they're arresting her was because the phone number that she had to her name was used to commit a crime in January of 2024. They let her know that sometime in January of 2024, somewhere in Ebonyi State, somebody was kidnapped by kidnappers. And those kidnappers used the phone number that she now possesses. That is her phone number. That was the number they were using to speak to the victim's family, trying to get ransom, getting information. That was the phone numbers of the kidnappers. And that somehow, some way, the victim was also killed. And since then, the police have been tracking the kidnappers. And that is how they tracked it down to her. So at this point, they're letting her know that they believe she has ties with the kidnappers. She knew the kidnappers, or she was the kidnapper, because it's the same phone number. They've been tracking it up until this point. And then she let them know that she had actually only gotten this phone number earlier in 2025, in April of 2025 to be specific, that it's a new SIM she bought and registered this year, 2025. Which means that in 2024, she did not have this number. The number belonged to someone else. And I think this is where a lot of us need to be very careful. And now know that network providers in Nigeria are recycling phone numbers. If you're not using your phone number or your SIM card for a while, they'll give somebody else your phone number. And I think this is what has put this girl in this trouble. They literally gave her the phone number of somebody who had used it to commit crime. And now she's paying for it, barely 1 year after. But that's the thing with the Nigerian police. It's usually a process with them. Take her to Abuja the next day. They will fly her to Abuja because they're still investigating the whole situation. And when the next day came, before they would fly her out, they agreed to go to the network provider to figure out if indeed she actually bought the SIM card earlier this year. And that was how they went to Airtel office. When they got there, they asked for her phone number, her SIM, her NIN. Airtel officials, they were able to bring out her information, and they were also able to confirm that she's telling the truth, that she registered the SIM card in April of 2025. However, though, when they checked the phone number on Truecaller, it gave them a different name. A strange name, Abdul Wariz, is what shows on the Truecaller. And that was sort of confusing. Her name is not Abdul Wariz, so it did not make sense that she was the one being named on Truecaller that owned the number. But thankfully, Airtel was able to confirm that she actually did buy the SIM card that same year in 2025 and in April for that matter. But the police, even upon seeing this, were still not satisfied. They requested for the SIM card. She asked her sister to bill it, but before it could come, the police officer had already collected her mobile phone, her Wi-Fi provider, a smaller phone. They took it with them to Abuja, and they asked her to come on the 6th of, was it November, to come face the panel there, to come continue the investigation, that they will pay her flights. At this point, she had spoken to her mom and her lawyers and her sister, so they knew the situation. Now, from here onwards, it was now what was she supposed to do? Eventually, though, it was clear that the police figured out that she is not the one that they were looking for. My first thought is, if this could happen to her, it's going to happen to more people. It's going to happen to many more people, especially people who are going to be buying new SIM cards and registering new phone numbers from here onwards. Because kidnapping right now is on a high. The high rate of kidnapping we're seeing now, and I don't believe these kidnappers are dumb enough to continue using the same phone numbers. And when they don't use a particular SIM card for a long time, that phone number goes to someone else. And this is being done by the network providers. They are recycling phone numbers over and over again. So someone right now is most likely going to buy the phone number of somebody who had committed a big crime many years ago.